It's Lightning versus Steeldogs for one last time in the 2024-25 season. Let's play some hockey. Fast start this. Yeah, slightly frustrating that. Could have been an excellent first opportunity for the men in black. But let's see what Jordan Cowney can do, of course. He's looking for his first goal in this playoff campaign. Lays it off to Stewart. Stewart with the chance. Can't quite corral it with the stick. Instead goes back to Nags. Nags cycles it over towards Solder on the right point. Into Stewart. Stewart finds Solder again. Really nice start this though from the Lightning, already putting bodies into the mixer. Cowney backhands it over to Solder. Now with Nags on the left point, tries to find a teammate. It's Harry Gulliver behind the Steeldogs net. Some quick one-touch passing this from the Lightning. Solder thinks about taking the first time effort, instead goes back to the aforementioned Cowney, the Scotsman, taking it deep into Sheffield territory. He'll now just circle around like a shark. Pass back to Nags on the blue line. Nags with the effort, saved there by Crow. Not quite cleared convincingly. There's a melee just in front of the net, and Sheffield just about survive an early scare. But in terms of what you saw from Brady Doxey, he was Sheffield's man of the match. What impressed you the most about his play up in Yorkshire?
I think it's just the confidence of being able to be on the puck at the right time and making sure that he's not playing risky, just playing the safe pass and making sure that the puck is going in the right direction for the Steeldogs.
With possession of the puck, it's Sommer on the backhand. Finds a teammate on the right-hand side, and that was a pretty good pass as Sheffield move it into neutral ice. It's Sommer with a shot, saved by Headley. Not convincingly by the Lightning goaltender, and Sheffield draw first bloods here at the Thunderdome. Well, it's been a pretty good 60 seconds or so for the men in orange. And let's just take a look at this chance and the eventual goal yet again. Lightning not getting players back, protecting Headley in that low slot. And in the end, that is pretty easy pickings for the Steeldogs. It's Lightning 0, Sheffield Steeldogs 1.
And Jordan Headley's going to want that one back as well. It was
what the rest of this game has in store for us. So Sheffield currently in their defensive zone. Nice hit that. Here is Venus. It's deflected. Salisbury with the chance. And Crow, he doesn't know where it is. There'll be a scramble here. Venus and Salisbury were there. They were lurking in that low slot. Crow, it was an excellent initial save just to get some contact on that one. Deny the initial chance here for Salisbury. Certainly sooner rather than later. Sheffield just about releasing that pressure. Foot race on here between Martelli and the former Lightning man, Ripley. Ripley's done brilliantly there. And it's another goal for the Sheffield Steeldogs. It comes out of absolutely nothing. And I'll tell you what, this is some start for the men in orange. Came from the initial foot race there from Nathan Ripley. This is outstanding hustle from the former Lightning man. And how about the pass? Pops it over to the left-hand channel. And in a matter of seconds, Sheffield go from clearing their lines to doubling up their advantage. In the mixer, of course, had those 2 goals up in Sheffield yesterday. And here is Tim Wallace. Wallace assesses the options, drops it over to McEwen, who fires it off the pipe. And that wasn't quite the execution there for the Lightning on that occasion. And in terms of that game at the Link Centre, Harrison, is it still 4-1 in favour of the Wildcats?
It is at the moment, yes. Nothing changed in that one. Seahawks are 4-3 down to the Tigers, and the Knights still lead the Phantoms 1-0.
And thankfully, Jordan Cowney was there to mop up the danger. It is Cowney yet again. Cowney, he'll go all the way round, thinks about the backhand. Instead, he takes it by himself. It's Jordan Cowney for the Lightning. MK looking to screen Daniel Crow there, maybe get a deflection in front of the Steeldogs netminder. Nothing going on that occasion. It's Ross Venus. Venus kills the play dead. Goes towards Norris. Back to Venus. Venus, will he take the shot? Yes, he will! Ross Venus brings the Lightning straight back into contention. It's Lightning 1, Steeldogs 2. And who else, Harrison, but Mr. Reliable, it's Ross Venus.
Well, if anyone was going to get the Lightning back on the board, he's one of the men you'd rely on. Finds himself a little bit of space in the centre of the Steeldogs zone, and no one really went to him. He was screened by Sam Cooper of the Steeldogs.
And a potential counter-attack there for Cuts is killed dead by the Lightning D-man. Lovely pass there into Rutkiss. Rutkiss with the efforts. Thought for a moment that had rippled against the net. Instead, it was the side netting. Player Elmeri Halfors. Lightning eventually coming away with possession of the puck. It's Salisbury cracking past this. Big chance. Saved by Crow. He goes spread eagle, launches himself onto that one.
What a pass that was by Archie Salisbury.
Well, we'll watch that again. It was brilliant, wasn't it, from the number 4?
And it's just that little bit of vision.
10 seconds left on the clock. Is there opportunity for one final attack here for the Milton Keynes Lightning? The seconds ticking away. I think they're happy just to play it about in the defensive zone, and that will signal the end of a very entertaining first 20 minutes. It's currently Puckyverse Milton Keynes Lightning 1, Sheffield Steeldogs 2, and home. Let's have a look and see what this one has in store for us. So it is the Lightning who win the face-off here in period number 2. And they'll be absolutely desperate to get off to a quick start here. A lightning fast start in many a way as Cowney immediately puts on the pressure there with the forecheck. Tries to find Max Stewart. Harry Gulliver eventually dispossessed. Allows for the Steeldogs to go on their first attack here of the second 20. Solder just about does enough to get the stick on that one, disrupt it. Now with Harry Gulliver. Gulliver tries to release Max Stewart just behind the skate. Great stick skills here though from Stewart, and Crow just about gets his stick in the way. Goodness me, that would have been some effort from Max Stewart. Gulliver wins it back. Back now with Stewart. Stewart on the backhand to Cowney with the shots. Crow smothers that one, and for a moment I thought that was Jordan Cowney's first goal of the playoffs. That is so much better from the Milton Keynes Lightning.
It really is. Some really creative play there from Max Stewart as well. Getting a little bit of space, he's just danced his way through.
Tries to get his foot underneath that one. Lawrence wins it back. Lawrence finds Martelli. Big chance here for Martelli. Martelli spinning it around. Passes it back to Norris. Norris with the efforts. And that puck spirals over the top. This will be coming back for a Lightning face-off. But how about that for a play, Harrison? Really well drawn up, and it's just a shame that Malik didn't have the opportunity to take the shots. Yeah. Goes over to Martelli. It's a real exhibition in cycling this from the Lightning. It's Norris. He finds Venus. Venus with the efforts. And how he would have loved to have doubled up his tally. It's Venus again, almost kicked into goal there by Lawrence. It's a bit frenetic, it's a bit chaotic, but for Sheffield, no damage done as Griffin, the latest Lightning player, to have a shot. Martelli on the spin. Martelli, will he take it? No, he won't. Try to feed it back into the slot with the backhand. Play broken up by the Sheffield Steeldogs, but the Lightning upping the ante here. This is a lot better. You can hear the crowd reaction. It's Sommer versus Martelli. Sommer here drops it off towards Ripley. Ripley with the efforts. And Headley has done a magnificent job there to snuff out the danger. Does well. Finds Max Stewart. Stewart tries to saucer that. That's a great pass into the path of Cowney. Cowney now for the Lightning. Tries to pop it on the backhand. And Walker Sommer losing out there to Martelli. He's picked the pockets there of the number 8. It's Lawrence for the Lightning. Saved glove side by Daniel Crow. Again, he has been solid as granite in that Sheffield net. Lightning still venturing forward. It's Sean Norris. Big chance this for the Lightning. Norris on the backhand. It's squirted in. Sean Norris with the equaliser for the Lightning. We're back at parity. It's Puckyverse Milton Keynes Lightning 2. Sheffield Steeldogs 2. Sean Norris. What a tremendous signing this man has been. I think back to the opening round of the playoffs. That unbelievable overtime winner against Romford. And how about that for an effort from the Lightning 86. Lightning one last roll of the dice. Less than 10 seconds remaining in this period. And I think actually the Lightning will just be happy to eke out these final few seconds. That will be the conclusion of period number 2. It's Puckyverse Milton Keynes Lightning 2. Sheffield Steeldogs 2. And let's play some hockey. And it is the Lightning who win the opening face-off in period number 3. Nags trying to cycle that round the right-hand side. It's now in the stick of Ben Solder. Wallace, Cowney and Stewart, the forward line for the men in black. Extraordinarily impressive if they can get their hands on the treble. Max Stewart will give chase here for the Lightning. It's Ed Nags who tries to win it back in the neutral zone, can't do so as Ben Solder now puts on a little bit of the afterburners, tries to go long up towards Wallace. There's a potential 2-on-1 here. It's Cowney's got Stewart lurking in the slot. Still Jordan Cowney back towards Nags, and it's Ed Nags who plunders home for the Lightning. Well, it's been a rapid start to period number 3. Lightning really hammering down the door with some intent, and that is a real high IQ play from Jordan Cowney, just holding up the play. Gets it back to his experienced D-man Ed Nags, and how about that for a shot? Plenty of bodies in the way of Dan Crowe, and it's now the Lightning who lead. It's Lightning 3, Steeldogs 2. It really was, wasn't it? That is an incredibly intelligent play, because everyone thought he was going to Stewart. Instead it's Venus. Venus now, big chance. Has it gone in? Well, the goal horn has sounded. Officials now have a little bit of a decision to do here. Dan Crowe is still spread across his crease. We'll have to see a replay of this one. We will have the benefit of the camera behind the goal. Venus with the chance, goes past the goaltender.
Doesn't go in.
I'll tell you what, that is an absolutely magnificent save from Dan Crowe. And you can see the officials there. It has been declared as no goal. That is heroic from Crowe in the Sheffield goal. Yeah, heroic effort that from Crowe. Venus thought that would have been his second on the night. Here's Sean Norris looking to double up his goal tally as well. Thought for a split second about the wraparound, instead fires it back towards Dylan Lawrence. And Lawrence cannons it past Dan Crowe in the Sheffield goal. The Lightning are cooking on pure gas at the moment. It's Lightning 4, Steeldogs 2. Really well thought out play, wonderfully executed, and that finish from Dylan Lawrence is absolutely splendid. What a third period this has been for the men in black.
Lightning Lawrence lights the lamp again. An epic finish from the number 14, the Canadian import, once again providing.
They've got to fancy their chances, surely, at getting some results at finals weekend. Here is Bjorkley Nordstrom. Pockets pinched there by Malik Martelli, and he will stream forward, much to the delight of the Lightning fans. Drop back towards Lawrence, the goal scorer of the fourth. Into the open space, does really well there to intercept the puck as well, and he now releases a teammate chance here for the Steeldogs. Jordan Headley makes himself big once again, and I'll tell you what, since that first period, Jordan Headley has been exceptional.
Oh, he's got much better as the game's gone on. He's grown into the game, making a big save, coming out strong, making himself look big.
Now got Cowney streaming forward. It is Jordan Cowney. Cowney with the shots. Crowe does just about enough to deny the Scotsman, but Harry Gulliver onto that in a flash. It's Jordan Cowney again, back to Gulliver. Gulliver with the venomous strike. Blocked by Crowe. It's Clark Pizzo now, looking to get Sheffield back on the board, and Jordan Headley to rapturous applause.
They can chop and change, and Headley came in yesterday and played well.
Certainly did. Big chance here for Phillips. Phillips with the shot. Headley again stands tall. Sommer on the backhand. Denied yet again. I mean, this has been a gigantic performance from Headley in the third period. Of course, he was the man of the match up in Sheffield last night for the Milton Keynes Lightning. Martelli's got Venus wide open in there, and Venus somehow couldn't divert that beyond the reach of Crowe. Crowe just about gets his glove on that one to kill the play. We'll see a replay of that one. I mean, what a play that was from Malik Martelli, and in fact in the end I think it took a little bit of a bobble. That's why Venus couldn't quite get the connection that he would have hoped for. Just disrupted the path of the play.
It's a timeout for the Sheffield Steeldogs. And this place is just going to ramp up the noise a little bit. And tactically, the Steeldogs are going to look to probably get their noses back in the board. Dan Crowe is heading to the bench. We'll see if that is going to be a permanent fixture or if he is going to go back into net. The Lightning, they're just going to want to shore up and make it to the end of the game without any injuries, any stupid penalties, Just get to the end of the game and start planning for next week.
Absolutely, and that's what they've got to think here. No silly penalties and no fighting, because as you said, you need a full-strength squad for that journey up the M1. Spence Solder battles away there. We're into the final minute. Empty net here for the Steeldogs as Bjorkley Nordstrom comes back into the mixer. Can Sheffield concoct a play? Well, no, they can't. Venus comes away with it. He's got empty net to shoot for, and Venus misses. Oh, goodness me. Well, they really are. The final few seconds will tick away. 3, 2, 1. For the first time in 3 seasons, the Milton Keynes Lightning are heading to Coventry. They have qualified for finals weekend, and that is a magnificent way to round out an incredibly impressive home season. Well, no surprises there at all. The Steeldogs man of the match is Daniel Crowe. I thought he was stellar tonight. Absolutely superb. Was not at fault for any of the goals, really, and solid as a rock. The mascots now will go for one of their own with the Lightning players, and this is lovely. It looks as though the entire team might join them at this rate. In fact, they are. There's a race on between the mascots and the Lightning. This is why we love this sport. This is a moment that will live long in the memories of these young fans. And this place is rocking at the minutes. There'll be a dive at the halfway. Really pronounced that one from Sean Norris, the dolphin dive, something akin to what we'd see on Call of Duty. But that is thoroughly deserved for the Lightning, and we will just have our player of the match presentation for the hosts as well. And the Lightning man of the match is the player coach, Tim Wallace. He has been immense on this weekend, and he is thoroughly deserving of that accolade. Been great to see him back, and he has made an instant impact. Congratulations to Tim Wallace. And of course, the Milton Keynes Lightning. Well, this is...